أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
قال الله في كتاب مجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين صدق الله العلي العظيم صلى الله على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the merciful. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Inshallah, today we will continue on with our series of lectures. And today we'll talk about supporting the truth. Not only knowing it, but we have to support it. And how to support it. Because there's two types of things that we can do. We can know the truth and not implement it or act upon it. Okay? Which this is wrong. But what we have to do is we have to learn the truth and we have to implement it. We have to implement the truth. Because this is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we do these stuff, when we implement the truth, we have to act upon it. The ayah that I just read, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. O you who believe. So now here he's speaking to all the believers. Okay? O you who believe. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. So if we claim to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is what we should do. He says, O you who believe, fear Allah and be with the truthful ones. Now, we may ask, who are the truthful ones? Are my parents considered the truthful ones in this ayah? Are the scholars considered the truthful ones in this ayah? Or are the Sahabas considered the truthful ones in this ayah? But we know, for example, in Tafsir Mizan and many other tafsirs, they tend to do tafsir Quran with Quran. So now here, when we want to do tafsir, when we want to understand this, by doing tafsir Quran with Quran, we go to what? We go to Surah Al-Baqarah when it says Alif Lam Mim Dhalika al-Kitabu la rayba fi Hudan lil-Muttaqeen. Who is Hudan lil-Muttaqeen? Now we go to the ayah Tathir. When Allah speaks about cleansing them with such a cleanse. Now here someone will be like, oh, but in order to cleanse something, doesn't it have to be dirty? Example. I have a white shirt. If it's clean, is there a point of cleaning it? No, there's no point of cleaning it, right? Because you can't get any other clean. It can't get cleaner than that. But if it's dirty, do I have to clean it? Yes, I do, right? But here, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we dissect this ayah, and if someone was to put min, that means that thing was dirty before. So you're removing something from it. But when you're saying an, no dirt has touched it. Meaning what? in this ayah, no sin has touched the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa ala
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now when we go back to the ayah that I just read, O you who believe, fear Allah and be with the truthful ones. Okay? This is chapter 9, verse 119, Surah Tawbah. Now here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us to fear Him and to be with the truth, with the people who are speaking the truth. What is the truth? When we go more into the tafsir, Shaykh Tabarasi, in the recitation of Ibn Masud and Ibn Abbas, he has said that be with the truthful ones. The ayah, be with the truthful ones, means to follow the religion of the one practices, what he preaches, and be their friend and companion. Now, does this mean any religious person? Meaning what? Any scholar? No. It's specific people this ayah is pointing to. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, when we look at the saying of the Imam, our Imams, our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad,
when he is to say, who are the truthful ones, he says, that be with the progeny of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Meaning what? The truth is with Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, not just Muhammad. There's a huge difference when I say the truth is just with Muhammad. If I was to say it's just with Muhammad, that means anyone after Muhammad that he appoints successor is not truthful. But he says Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Na Haydari ya Ali.
And it's also narrated by Imam Rida alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
He said that the Sadiqun, the truthful ones basically, it means it's the Imams alayhimus salam, because who with their obedience are going to complete the verification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now here, where do we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordering us to obey such people? In the Quran, does not Allah say, obey Allah, obey the messenger, and who? Those who have authorities over you. So we see here, the Quran is explaining itself. So on the day of judgment, I cannot go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, oh Allah, you have not guided me. If that's the case, Allah will ask me, did you not pray? I'm like, of course I prayed, Ya Allah. He'd be like, did you not read the ayah of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? Yes, I did. But now, when I go to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and I read its tafsir from Mizan, okay, what does Allah say? What does the scholar say in this? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. If we were to take it in English, it's the same thing. Same meaning. Beneficial is just another word for merciful. But now, if we were to dissect it, merciful is who? All the Muslims. Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, He's merciful towards it. Meaning what? We have a right on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a right on us. What's the right that we have on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The right that we have on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now when I'm saying right, it doesn't mean that this makes Allah weak. Or this means that, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to show me His signs. He has to guide me. Because if He doesn't guide me, then we will have an argument to hold against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making Him what? Not all-knowing. But we know Allah is all-knowing. This is why He said He's merciful. Now, the beneficial. Now, let's say we are at work or at school, and the teacher wants to know, or our employer wants to know, who's the best worker amongst us, who's worthy of a raise, or who's worthy of going to medical school, so I can write a reference letter for. Who's worthy of this? Would we not see that our boss, if we work hard, they'll give us a raise? Or to some people, to an extent, they'll be like, oh, you favor this person over everyone. Why? It's because we work hard at it. We work hard at what we're doing. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the beneficial are the mu'mineens. These are the people who believed in their Lord in the day of judgment. And so forth. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing what Sayyid Batool said in Tafsir al-Lisan. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now, Shaykh Tusi, in his Majalis, is also known to have said and narrated about this verse. It says, to be with the true ones means to be with whom? Imam Ali alayhi salam. Let's recall one of the hadith that I narrated over and over again past these days. The truth is with whom? Ali. And Ali is with whom? The truth. And the truth is with whom? Ali. Right? And they will never part until they meet Rasulullah on the day of judgment. So this is what it means to be with the truthful ones. So if I ask myself, how do I be with the truthful ones? If I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are the truthful ones, Ya Allah? If I question Allah, oh Allah, who are the truthful ones? Show me them so that I may obey you. If I do not want to look at the hadith, if I'm too scared of the hadith or too fabricated, or I do not know how to tell which one is fabricated, meaning which one is real, which one is authentic, and which one is not, then you know what? The Quran tells me how to do this. How? Because when the ayah goes, obey Allah, obey His Messenger, and those who have authority over you. The ayah goes on with what? And I'm going to paraphrase it, because I don't want to quote it wrong. If you differ, return to whom? Allah. What is the book of Allah? Quran. Does any Muslim in this world have a different Quran? Do we have a different Quran?
No.
For example, the Bible. There's different versions of the Bible out there. The Torah, there's different versions of the Torah. But when it comes to the Quran, do we have a different version of the Quran?
No.
No. There are some people out there accusing Shias that they have a different version of the Quran. So I challenge you. This is a challenge I put on you, on anyone who accuses Shias of having the different Quran. Come show me. I invite you in any masjid of the Shias of Amir al-Mu'mineen, and show me the Quran, and bring your Quran and compare it, and then tell me if there's any word difference, if it differs. Because there are so many people out there accusing Shias of having their own Quran and writing it with their own hands. But yet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, woe on them who writes with their own hands and say, this is from your Lord. Now, the Quran, we all agreed, is the same, correct? So now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us over and over and over again, obey Allah and His Messenger. Obey Allah and His Messenger. And then He goes on and saying, obey Allah and His Messenger and those who have authority over you. Sallallahu alhamdulillah. So now, for argument's sake, let's stick with the Quran. Because we want to explain the Quran with the Quran, because we have to learn how to do this. We have to teach our children how to do this. Because if I am aware, and I have awareness, like last night we spoke about awareness in self, the self-awareness. If I have self-awareness and I'm certain the Quran is the word of Allah and the Quran is the truth, no one will misguide me. All the jinns and all the humans can come together to try to misguide me. But if I am close with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I guarantee you, no one will misguide us. No matter what they say. Why? It's because I know who Imam Ali is. I know who the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is. I know who Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam is. I know who she is. And I know who is my prophet. There are some people accusing the prophet of certain things. You know what? I disassociate myself from these people. This is what we should do. Protect our prophet. Just like how Imam Ali protected his prophet. We want to live like Ali. We want to die like Hussein. Then you know what? Let us protect the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by starting knowing the Quran so we can protect the Quran. Even though Allah promises that He will protect this religion, but you know what? We also must protect it. If we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us, let me just not stay in my home and pray day and night. Be like, oh Allah, protect me. Oh Allah, protect this religion. And me just sitting at home doing nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses us in such a way in order to protect His religion and to speak. What does the Quran say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Now here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about those who obey. And whoever obeys Allah and the opposal, these are those whom Allah has bestowed favors from among the prophets and the truthful. And the Mardis, basically those who get Shahada. And the good and the goodly company are they. Surah An-Nisa, verse 69. So we see how it jumps from chapter to chapter. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains it. The Quran, one verse was from Surah At-Tawbah. Now we're in Surah number 4, Surah An-Nisa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this. Why? It's because to get our minds open. Remember what we said. A closed mind is like a closed door. We have to open it in order to use it. So in order for us to use our mind and our intellect properly, we must open our minds and think critically. We shouldn't be afraid of questions. We shouldn't be afraid of questioning. Even if someone is questioning the oneness of Allah, then you know what? Then it is up responsibility of the scholars and the speakers to remove that doubt and to say and to preach and to prove the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa Now it's been narrated by Ibn Anas that when he was praying with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi, they were praying Fajr. Regarding chapter number 4, verse 69. He was asked about this ayah, and the Prophet ﷺ responded in such a manner. He said, the prophets referred to me. Listen carefully, brothers and sisters. The Prophet refers to me, meaning Rasulullah. The truthful refers to who? To my brother Ali ibn Abi Talib. The martyrs, meaning the shuhada, refers to my uncle Hamza. The pious refers to my daughter Fatima alayhi salam, and both her sons Hassan wa Hussein alayhi salam. Now I ask you a question, ya brothers and sisters. Let's ask Yazid a question and Shimr a question. If Rasulullah said this, then why did you kill the son of Rasulullah? Why did you sit on his chest and decided to behead him? Did you not ask him when you were taken prisoner that, oh, this robe is tied too tight? And did he not ask his father so he can permission to loosen it? Even though Amir al-Mu'mineen will not tie a prisoner up so tight like that. And yet, did he not loosen you? Did he not untie your hands? Did he not have mercy on you? So, O Shimon, the question is for you now. What mercy and what type of mercy did you have on him and his family? What type of mercy did you have on his neck when you decided to behead him on the day of Ashura? These are the questions that we should ask Shimon. Every single one of us. Ask him these questions. And then we will see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects his believers.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Second one, for the love of Fatima the Zahra alayha salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now, when we read on with this in Tafsir Mizan, the Arabic version here. I just translated the Arabic version here. Volume 3 to 4. Page 601. Alama Tabatabai says the following. And whoever obeys Allah and the messenger. This is the ayah being quoted. And whoever obeys Allah and the messenger, they are those unto whom Allah favors. Now here the author says the ayah is talking about, and it's referring to the messenger of Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi, where it says, and the truthful, it's referring to whom? Imam Ali alayhi salam. Because we know Ali was amongst the first believers. Sallallahu Muhammad. And then he says, when it comes to the shuhada, who is it referring to? Is it referring to the shuhada who died with Imam Hussein alayhi salam? No, brothers and sisters. It is referring to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and the biggest of shuhada, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Sallu ala Muhammadin.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now we see that how truth the Quran is speaking. Quran has just proven itself. For example, when we write an essay or a dissertation or a thesis, if we want to be a doctor, we write a thesis, or for a master's, we write a thesis. We have to come up with evidence out of evidence out of evidence. The Quran itself is enough to write a thesis. Why? The Quran itself shows us how to write a thesis. Why? It's because it quotes itself. It explains itself. It does not need me or the Mufassirin to explain the Quran. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained the Quran by using the Quran. Now, let's take it down to nowadays. A lot of us see falsehood out there. How many of us actually correct it? How many of us actually stick out our neck for the truth? How many oppressions have we seen out there? How many people being oppressed have we seen out there? Do we have to see a non-Muslim standing up for oppression in order for us to stand up? For example, Nike. They have this new slogan, okay, that says, believe in something, even if it means sacrificing what? Everything. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Who sacrificed everything? Imam Hussein. Now, I was thinking about it. Because there was a lot of controversies with Nike, with the Nike hijab and everything. I remember I had a conversation with my friend. I'm like, no, try to stay away from these products. And then when I read this quote, it reminded me of something. It reminded me of what was said by Imam Ali alayhi salam. Look at what is being said and not who is saying it. And also it reminded me of what Imam Hussein alayhi salam announced to the enemies. What did he say? I'll say it after Allah sallallahu Muhammadin wa When he questioned the opposition, meaning the enemy, he says, do you see that truth that has been replaced by falsehood? Do you see the truth that has been replaced by falsehood? How many truths have we seen right now being replaced by falsehood? Because we fail or we're scared. Either we're going to lose our job or what? Someone is going to call me a terrorist because I'm a Muslim. So I refuse to stand up for the truth. And I let falsehood and facade keep going on and on and on and on. Some people say, oh, you know what? Let fasad happen. Why? Because there's a riwayah that says this is the only time that the 12th Imam will come out. But let me tell you something. The 12th Imam is waiting for me. The 12th Imam, brothers and sisters, is waiting for every single one of us. We are not waiting for him. He is waiting for every single one of us to be ready. How are we going to be ready? If right now I do not stand up for my brothers and sisters who are being massacred in other countries, then how am I going to stand up with my Imam of my time? How would I dare try to be one of the 313s? 313s meaning what? 313 generals. There will be more than 313 army. 313, there will be more than this. The 313s are the generals. Just like how the generals of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we cry for them. Do we not want to attain martyrdom? Do we not want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to favor us like how He favored them? The companions of the son of Rasulullah. Do we not want to gain intercession of Rasulullah? There is one way to do it. Let us protect his grandson now. If someone speaks ill of him, let me protect him. If someone does not know of him, let me tell him about him. Let me not be shy of Islam. I am Muslim and I am proud. I am from this place, but I am Muslim first. I am Muslim and then I am Arab. I am Muslim and then I am African. I am Muslim and then I am from Pakistan. I am Muslim, then I'm Canadian. I am Muslim and then I am Muslim. I am Muslim, then I am a mu'min. Let me not be shy of this statement. Let me stand proud and let my actions speak for me. Not my words, my actions speak for me that I am a mu'min. Because remember what I said. The ladies are lucky. Why? It's because they wear the hijab. They carry the flag of Islam everywhere they go. Everywhere they go, they carry the flag of Islam. They are so lucky. They are like the pearls. They are the pearls of the religion. So let us cherish them. Let us respect them. Let us not put them down, because if we put them down, then you know what? We are putting down the generations of Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
We are making Zainab alayha salam cry. Why did she stand up in the court in Kufa to speak against the transgressors and the killers of her brothers? Do we want to fall into the same traps? No, we don't want, brothers and sisters. So let us protect our women. Let us cherish our sisters. Either they're from us, meaning what? Either they're related to us, or either they're not related to us. Because you know what? With the hijab, they are related to us. Through whom? Through Nabi Adam. We are all brothers and sisters. An Arab is not better than a non-Arab. Let us use these ayahs from the Quran, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let us protect the truth. And let us ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep those amongst who protect the truth. And inshallah, let us read Dua Ahad and have certainty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will rise me with the Imam of my time. Let me ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first myself, in order Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make me aware, to have self-awareness of myself, in order to ask Him for forgiveness. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brothers and sisters. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya Ahadu Ya Ahad, Ya Samadu Ya Samad, Ya Man Lam Yalid Wa Lam Yulad Wa Lam Yakul Lahu Kufuwan Ahad. بحق ياسين والقرآن الحكيم وبحق طه والقرآن العظيم يا من يقدر حوائج السائلين يا من يعلم في الضمير يا منافسا للمكروبين يا مفرجا للمغمومين يا راحم الشيخ الكبير يا رازق الطفل الصغير يا من لا يحتاج إلى تفسير. صل على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد.